Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, you are welcome. If you're a first timer, you are welcome. Do take the front row, okay? So in this video, I'll be sharing how to fix on an exposed iron zip. As you can see, if this is something you're interested in learning or knowing how to make, you definitely want to keep on watching up to the end. Now, this is the piece of fabric. This is the piece of fabric that I'll be using. It's a leftover fabric and it's stretchy, and this is my metal zip. This is the short metal zip that I have. So I'm just going to measure from the top all the way to the bottom of the zipper like so, and it is 9 inches. So in case you're using a longer zip, your zip would definitely measure longer than I have right here. So what I'm going to do is to fold my fabric into two, and this is just to get like the center point or the center mark for my fabric. Now do note that this piece does not have a neckline. It's just a piece of cloth that I'm using to explain this tutorial. So what I did was to notch the middle and draw a line from that center point that is 9 inches long, or 9 inches downwards. From that notch point to this very point is 9 inch in length. Next up, I'm just going to cut using that line that I drew as a guide. I'm just going to cut with a straight line from the top of the fabric up to the 9-inch mark at the bottom part of the fabric, or at the middle point of the fabric, basically where it measures 9 inches, and I'm just going to stop right there like you can see. Next up, I'm going to cut a diagonal line to the left and to the right, just to ease the passage of the zip, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to notch towards the left and towards the right of that 9-inch mark. So you just have to look at what I'm doing so you get a full understanding of what I'm talking about. So that is a straight cut. You don't need to cut it too deep, just a small cut would work. So that is what I'm doing. I've done one side and I'm going to cut again on the other side, just a small notch. So basically this would help me pass the bottom part of the zip without making the fabric look folded or bent, or yeah, just to ease the passing of the zip inwards. So this is it after it has been cut. Next, I'm going to take my zipper and open it up like this. Now do note that you want to place your zipper on the right side of your fabric and not on the wrong side. So what this does, it ensures that when you turn your zip right side, when you turn your zip over, or when you fix the zip, the exposed part or the metal part that has that handle, or that zip, what is it called actually, this little thing here, is on the right side and not the wrong side of the fabric. So basically this is the right side of my fabric and this is the right side of my zip as well, the side that has the little thing you hold. What is that thing called? If you know the name, just let me know in the description, in the comment section. Just let me know the name in the comment section. So I'm going to place the zip onto my fabric, and take note, when placing the zip, you're not just going to place the left side on the left side of the fabric and the right side on the right side of the fabric. So if you just place your zip like this and sew, just the way I have done here, you're going to have serious issues because it's not going to be fixed properly. And when you sew it down and turn it right sides, or turn the zip inward, you can see that that edge is what is at the middle point. So you closing the zip, or you trying to zip up the zipper would be impossible. So what you do is, this right part of my zip would be paired with the left part of my fabric like this, so ensuring that the side, that the metal part is facing the side. So this metal part is facing sideways. As you can see, the metal part is not all the way up, it's not going all the way up, so it doesn't irritate your skin. So basically this little extension on the top of the metal part that comes with the zipper would come down a bit just so it doesn't itch your skin. You can see the way I'm placing it. The right part of the zip is going to the left part of the fabric. So you want to do it one at a time, because if you do it at once, you would end up with a crossed zipper and you don't want that. So next I'm just going to tuck it in and kind of cover it up with the fabric just so it's easier to sew the other side. And to do that, I'm going to pull in the bottom part of the fabric of the zipper towards the wrong side of the fabric and use the fabric on the wrong side to close on the metal zipper just so it's easier to sew, basically like you would sew a regular zip, just that at this point you're tucking in, or you try and tuck in the bottom part of the zipper. So you can see what I am doing here. I don't know if I'm explaining this thing as best as I should, but just look at what I'm doing and I'm sure you would grasp what I'm trying to say. So next up, I'm just going to sew the other part of the zip to the other side of the fabric. And when I'm done, or when you're done, this is what it should look like. And the bottom part that we notched will give an envelope tip towards that bottom. I'm just using my scissors to poke it in, and just so it's hidden in between the fabric and the zipper. So I'm using a scissors to poke it in. Next up, I'll be sewing from top to bottom all the way around to the other top, this top stitch. Now do note that if you're using a lining, you might not need to top stitch. You might, or if you're using a lining or a toner or interfacing, you might not need to top stitch like I have done. You would basically need to use your lining piece or your interfacing to turn the
So
neckline
basically, you
as
just
well
take
as
your
the zipper, just
fabric or
so
your
the
piece
stitches are
and you
kept
bend. So
inside
this is the
the
wrong side.
fabric
So
and
you
the
bend it in
lining.
between the
So
wrong
since I'm
side
not
and
using a
the
lining
right
or
side. So
interfacing,
basically,
this
you
is how
just
I would
bend it
close the
in
tip or the edge of
like
the
this,
zipper. So basically I'm just going to bend it
and
in and
you see
cover
what
it
it
up
does.
with the
So it
fabric,
does
so it's
hide
in
that
between the
edge,
main fabric
and then you
and
just
in
top stitch
between
from
the
here all the way
zipper,
down.
if
So
that
when top
makes
stitch,
sense.
once you ensure you
So
pull
next
the
up, I'm just
fabric
going to
just so it
bend
doesn't
it
come
in,
up
bending
like
that
this.
top edge
So you
in
want to pull
between
this
the
excess
zipper
fabric to
and
the
the main
side
fabric,
while you
and just
stitch. So I'm
stitch
just
from
going to do
top
the
to
one more
bottom all
time.
the way around. Now this is it after it's all done. Make sure you give your fabric a nice press. My fabric is looking all bumpy because it's quite stretchy, so this is what it looks like. Do let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video or learned something, and I'll see you in another video.